Howdy, howdy, what is up? Elliot here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking about weight loss. Because your boy has lost 30 pounds in the past 3 months or so. And y'all have been asking, how'd you lose the weight? What's the secret? What are your tips? I'm gonna clear it up right away because it's everybody's assumption. I'm not on Ozempic. Obviously, this is gonna be a little bit of a longer video because I really do wanna break down everything, kind of my whole background, my whole story, because weight loss is pretty complex and I feel like I am in a complex situation, and most people who are losing weight or who are having trouble losing weight are in complex situations. But if you're just seeing my content for the first time, my name is Elliot Norris. I have been a full-time content creator, mostly on TikTok and Instagram for 4 years. I started off on TikTok during the pandemic. I mostly do food and travel content. It's kind of shifted throughout the years, which is kind of part of this weight loss story. And there's a lot of kind of ups and downs. I'm just a foodie. I'm just a foodie who gained some weight. I'm just a foodie in this world who gained a few kilos, and by a few kilos, I mean like 20 kilos or like 30 to 40 pounds. And that's okay though, because I love my belly and it's so cute. But I wanted to maybe lose my belly a little bit because I couldn't fit into my cute red shorts. And I wasn't feeling as confident as I used to. And that's okay because you can change because we're human and you can do whatever you want. And I'm just a boy. I'm just a boy. Should I put this hat on? My apartment kind of smells like trash right now. I don't know why. I mean, it could be the trash on the ground, but it's smelling a little trash. Anyways, I have mostly been doing food content for the past 4 years, which has made your boy gain a little bit of weight. By a little bit of weight, I gained like 30 or 40 pounds, which now I have lost. So I guess this is going to be a little bit of my story leading up to that, what happened, and how I was able to change that, I guess. I actually started off doing weight loss recipes, and that's kind of where I started really going viral. I'll insert some clips throughout here. I did a lot of healthy, kind of low carb, keto recipes, but it was just a lot of different types of recipes that I felt like throwing together or that I just came up with on the spot. It's funny because I feel like my most viral recipes, like the broccoli mash and all of these other recipes, were things that I came up with like right on the spot. I know I just said that, but I was like at my dad's house and it was during the pandemic and we couldn't really go grocery shopping every day. And I just kind of looked at what was in his freezer and I'm like, oh, broccoli. What else do you have? I saw milk, I saw Parmesan, I saw pantry, and I was like, let me just mash this up. And that's when I kind of was doing a little bit of like a keto, low carb lifestyle. This was peak COVID pandemic when a lot of people were just kind of finding out about keto, low carb, and that was really, really hot back then. I started doing that way before it was kind of trendy. And I had lost a lot of weight initially doing that. So I kind of whipped up that recipe, and that's kind of how I started. I remember that video got like millions of views. So that's kind of how I started making content. And throughout the years, it's kind of shifted and evolved. I have done more restaurant reviews. I've done a lot of travel stuff. I've done a lot of fast food videos. I do a little bit of everything now. So that's just a little bit about myself. Personally, I feel like food, weight loss, weight gain was something that was really imprinted into my mind at a really, really young age. Weight loss, weight gain is very genetic. And I think most science would say that there is some type of genetics that is related. You know, some people lose weight easier, some people gain weight easier, some people gain muscle easier, whatever it is, where you're from, how athletic your parents were, your grandparents, ancestors, whatever it is. Growing up, my parents were definitely not the healthiest. We hit up the Asian buffet at least once a week, or once every other week. My mother was overweight. She wasn't overweight growing up, but she was overweight when she moved to the US from France. My dad was definitely overweight and still is. So, but at the same time, my mom did cook a lot for us growing up, a lot of like homemade meals, and she cooked really, really well. So we kind of had this balance of like, we just ate really well in general. And every summer growing up, we would go back to France. So we were always kind of around really, really good food in general, which I'm so blessed for. But food was always really incorporated in my life. So I've always been around food. I've always been kind of like a chunkier guy growing up. I was always like a chubby boy to a certain degree. And I remember like at a young age, always kind of struggling with weight and always feeling like the fat kid or the chunky one. I remember my mom struggling with weight a lot and hearing that a lot. Like at a young age, she was doing Weight Watchers a lot. So just being around that in general, you hear those things and it kind of does affect you. And it affects kind of, I don't know, it really just does affect, I don't know, it affects you, it affects you, it affects you. It affects how you look at yourself growing up, just being in middle school, like going on these diets. So from a very young age, I discovered that when I went to Europe over the summer, that I could lose weight pretty easily because we would be walking 10 times more. I grew up in Michigan, so we would walk so much in France. The food quality is 10 times better in Europe compared to like the US. It's way less processed, there's less sugars, the fats, the protein, all of it. It's just so much healthier. So I feel like automatically you're gonna lose weight the second you step foot into Europe. It doesn't matter who you are, in my opinion. This is just my opinion, just because the food quality is significantly better. So from a young age, I kind of discovered that. So whenever I would go to Europe, I would almost go on these kind of like crash diets. I remember like, I would like not starve myself, but I would just like really be eating little amounts over the summer and just walk so much. And I would like lose a bunch of weight and then I would go back to the US and like gain the weight back. And it was kind of this like ongoing cycle, I guess. Late middle school, high school, I started to get a little bit more active. This is kind of when I was discovering that I was gay, and there was kind of pressure, I guess, to not want to be as chunky or like, I don't know, I don't know. I guess I would watch gay videos online. Like this was very young YouTube days and there wasn't very much plus size, chunkier guys. It was all just really skinny gay guys, even in like adult sexual content. Like it was always like skinny guys. So I guess just subconsciously, I became pretty active late middle school, early high school, started playing tennis a lot. Also, I just really did like to play tennis. I was playing soccer as well, shot put, kind of went on these crash diets as well, and got pretty skinny in high school, I would say, and yeah. Apologies, I didn't realize how in depth I would be getting with this. I don't know how much of it is actually going to make the video, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, so I guess the point is that I've always kind of struggled with losing and gaining weight most of my life. It's always been somewhat of these ups and downs, you know, lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is. And it's almost this cycle. And it's almost like this ongoing cycle that I've always been kind of trying to break, I guess. I haven't figured it out yet. And I don't know if I figured it out yet. Hopefully one day I'll figure it out. I don't know if I figured it out yet. We'll see. I hope that I'm on somewhat of a track to. So we're gonna fast forward to COVID. I started making content online. I was still working my full-time job, but I started making food content online. And I loved it. It was amazing. I was just up in the kitchen 2-3 times a day, just cranking out recipes. And in the beginning, I was making like a lot of healthy recipes because that is what I was eating at the time. It was kind of COVID. I was just eating healthy. I was in shape. At one point, I also traveled to Europe and I was just doing a lot of recipes over there. But as creators over time and humans and just people, I guess, like, I don't know, your content evolves and my content evolved and has changed. I think a year into making recipes, I got so bored and so burnt out on recipes. And I was like, I cannot stand making recipes anymore. It is so much work making like food content, food recipes. It also is kind of boring at times. You're in your kitchen and it's kind of like, it kind of was driving me crazy. I was like, how much more can I shoot in my kitchen using broccoli? Like, I'm literally gonna go mad. And I was going mad. And I started to honestly hate it. I did not like it at all. And I felt like I was being forced to do it. A lot of my brand deals back then were recipe related and were incorporated like packaged food goods. And I really started to hate it. I did not like it at all. It got to the point where I just like almost, I think I kind of cut it cold turkey. And I was like, oof, get me away from recipes. So what I started to do, which was very close, which is what a lot of food creators do, is more restaurant stuff, more just eating in general, which I was pretty much doing anyways in my videos. You know, you're eating most of the food that you're trying. So, and also I want to mention that I also started to see kind of my content start to become a little like stagnant because your audience can tell, and my audience could tell that I wasn't really like fully loving kind of making recipes. You know, it kind of felt like a job at some point and it wasn't as fun and I didn't love doing it anymore. Like I really just didn't love doing it anymore. And I think my audience could tell. I just started doing more eating videos and a lot of travel stuff. And you know what comes with a lot of eating videos in travel? Weight gain. Yeah, literally weight gain. So instead of making these healthy Trader Joe's meals at home, your boy was going to Mickey D's and shaking up chicken nuggets with every type of sauce and dumping it on top of fries. I mean, like quite literally. And the thing is, those videos were actually like doing better and they were doing great. And as a creator, you know, you kind of get sucked into like, okay, this is doing good. This is good for my brand. I'm growing as a creator. The views are good. My followers are going up. Like, great. We're doing better than the recipes. So this must be, this means I'm doing something right. So I was happy with the transition. So I also want to preface this by saying I've always been a pretty athletic person, I will say. The gym has always been a part of my almost daily routine. So just keep that in mind with all of this. I'm usually going to the gym like 5 times a week. Usually on the treadmill running like a mile or 2 and then doing some type of weightlifting as well. So anyways, your boy starts becoming I'm a full-time foodie at this point. and the pounds are tacking on, and I'm still working out, but it's harder to shed the weight. It's harder to shed the weight. I'm starting to travel more. I'm getting invited on trips to Puerto Rico, Mexico. I went to Curacao. I'm going to South Korea. We're going to Japan. I'm going to France. I'm going to Italy. We're going to Croatia. We're going to Miami, all over the place. And I'm so blessed and so thankful that I'm able to travel that much. Honestly, like it's the best thing ever. But with all of that travel, the gym gets cut down, and you know what happens. Like, it's logical. So yeah. So I guess fast forward maybe like a year ago or so. It's 2023. Go to the doctor. Ooh, we got a fly in here. My doctor's like, your cholesterol is a little high. And throughout this whole time, I'm still every once in a while mixing keto into my diet, but I'm not sticking to it. I honestly think keto does mess up your cholesterol if you don't do it right. I think keto did mess up my cholesterol a little bit. Pretty much, I am at like 215 pounds, and I'm like the heaviest that I have ever been. I usually am around like 170, 180. And I'm like, oh wow, your boy got a little chunky in the past year or two. What do I do? Because I have been going to the gym, and I'm going to the gym hard. And yeah, what do I do? Because like the weight is just not shedding like it used to. I used to just be able to go to the gym and like keep it a little healthy for a few days, and like the pounds would just shed off, and they're not shedding anymore. So what do I do? My doctor was like, okay, well, keep up the work and keep eating healthy for a few more months. Do what is it? MyFitnessPal. Keep track of your calories and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, keep track of my calories? I'm eating at restaurants a lot of the time, and I'm in other countries where I can't even read the nutrition labels. They don't even have nutrition labels sometimes for these street foods, so I don't even know what I'm eating. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a few more months. I've lost weight before. This is a cycle for me. I kind of gain weight, lose weight. I can do it. It's been a little bit longer this time, but I can do it. I can do it. Usually it's every like year or every other year, gain the weight, lose the weight. It's been 2 years, 2.5, 3 years, but like I can do it. So I bought these really expensive gym memberships to like these Barry's boot camp classes. And I started going every day. And these classes are hard. They are like running, you like run for a mile-ish, then you do some like weightlifting, and then you go back to running, and then you do more weightlifting. They are hard. I remember the first time I did it, like I almost threw up. And so I bought this membership where you go like pretty much every day. Yeah, you go every day. And I started doing this every single day because I was like, Elliot, you have the money. You can spend decent money on this membership. That will for sure make you lose weight. And so a month goes by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by. I am in the gym. I'm doing these boot camp classes. I'm kind of eating healthy. I'm still traveling a little bit, trying to keep it balanced-ish. I lose no weight. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I am working my fucking ass off, and it's just not coming off this way. It's insane. This is not normal. Like, what is going on? This is so weird. Like, I was like a little concerned. I was like, oh my God, like, ugh. And at this point, this is like when Ozempic is like so hot. Everybody's starting to go on Ozempic. and starting to do crazy stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't have to do like Ozempic like everybody. Is this what like people are talking about? Like, do I have to get on this? Like, this is insane. Like, I'm like working my ass off, and I was walking, and I was just like, I'm eating healthy at home. Like, yeah, I'm going to restaurants every once in a while, but this shit is not coming off. Like, the belly she's staying. She doesn't want to go. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? This is like 6 months ago. I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, this is what happens. You get older and you just can't lose the weight. I'm gonna end up like my parents, overweight. My dad's pre-diabetic. My grandmother died from diabetes. My mother was overweight. It definitely affected her, and I think that was one of the reasons why she passed away so young. So I started like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, like, this is scary. Like, I really don't want that to happen. And if you don't know anything about me or my pages, I have always loved my body. And I stand by that. I have always loved my body and have been so proud of the skin I'm in. Always. Never has changed. Never has changed. Never. Never. Have always loved the belly. Doesn't matter how big it was, small it was. She's still here. I've always loved myself. Always loved myself. Always. I feel like I just always like wanted to represent the thicker guys online, the boys with a little belly, with a little bit of pooch, because I never saw that online or in TV or in whatever it was growing up. So this whole past few years, I have always been doing that, and I've always done that, and I've always been so proud of that, and I've loved that. Even if it's gotten me in trouble at times, sadly, even if it's made me lose out on money, brand deals, even if, in my opinion, it's prevented me from growing on certain platforms. I don't care. I'm happy with what I've done, and I'm proud of hopefully empowering whoever it was. So just to put that out there, always been proud of the tum-tum and my body, and I don't think that will ever change. I hope not. Yeah. But what I will say was 6 months ago, you know, when I was at my heaviest, I really did start to feel like shit. Like, I started to feel like shit. I couldn't fit into any of my clothes. I felt tired all of the time. I felt gross. I just wasn't feeling good. I really didn't feel good. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling my best. I really wasn't feeling my best. Didn't feel bad. I just didn't have this type of energy that I have now. I don't know what it is. I really don't know how to explain it. And I'm not saying that you get this from losing weight or whatever it is, but I was just feeling very meh about everything, and I needed to change something, and I needed something new. I guess I was feeling discouraged. I was feeling hopeless. I didn't feel like myself in my skin anymore because, I don't know, I'm used to like fitting into like my colorful shorts and wearing my goofy shirts, and I just couldn't fit into anything, and I just felt like crap all the time. I just didn't feel good. And that's that. Like, that's that. I just wasn't loving it. I didn't like what I was looking at in the mirror anymore. I still loved myself, but I just wasn't as happy. I go back to the doctor a few months ago, 4 months ago, And I'm like, doc, listen up. I'm getting worried. I know I'm being a little dramatic, but I am getting worried, I'm in my 20s. But like, I'm not losing the weight like I used to. There's a lot of health problems in my family. I want to nip this stuff in the butt before it gets really, really hard. You know, I've been trying to lose this weight. I'm really active. I'm active. Like, I work out a lot and it's just not, I can't lose the weight. Like, what do? I don't want to do this Ozempic stuff, but like, if I have to, I will do it. But like, I just don't know what to do anymore. He's like, no, 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 no. He's like, I'm not gonna put you on Ozempic. He's like, I don't like putting people on that right away. He's like, it can be pretty harsh on people's stomachs. So like, I don't want to put you on that. And then also like, it's pretty expensive. So I don't want to put you through that like financially. I was like, okay. I mean, I could afford it, I'm sure. But okay, great. He's like, you're in good health. He was like, yeah, your cholesterol's like a little high, but he's like, you're in good health. Your heart is great. Your liver's fine. Creatine, you're good. You're healthy. You're just like, technically I was obese. You're obese. You're overweight, you're obese, but you are healthy. So I'm gonna give you some medications. And if you continue to work out every day, and you really, really do need to cut down on food, and you really need to track your calories, and you really need to cut down the food. If you really do those things, you are going to really shed the weight. So my doctor prescribed me 2 medications, and I was like, ugh. I was like, I'm scared. I don't know if I want to take medications, but like, I guess they're pills, they're not injections, so I can just stop them right away if I don't like them or if I don't like the side effects. So he gave me 2 medications. One of them, and I am not condoning the use of medication or whatever it is, I'm just sharing my story and what helped me lose weight. So this is just my story. And if it can help you out or share any type of knowledge, happy, but I'm not condoning any of whatever it is. No, you're not going to ruin my couch. No. But these medications really are only effective if you continue to work out and eat healthy. They won't do much if you continue to eat bad and not work out. So the medications that he prescribed to me are phetermine, which I take in the morning, and a medication at night called topramate. Phetermine, I believe, is a type of stimulant, which in the beginning did make me a little a little kooky, I will say. Yeah, that one definitely gave me brain fog in the beginning. Like, it zapped my creativity juices, I believe. And it did make me feel a little funky in the beginning for at least a week or two, like a little bit. I was like, woo, this is like taking a lot of coffee. It's like taking a lot of coffee. But after like a few weeks, I definitely got used to it. Now I don't really feel anything from it. So my body is definitely used to it. This medication has been around since like the 80s, 90s. Don't quote me on that, but not everybody can get on these medications. He prescribed it to me because I have a good heart and I'm in good health. I think if you have heart problems or whatever it is, they don't recommend it. And we do checkups every few months and I'm still good. So he continues to recommend it. The second medication is like topramate, which I believe is a medication that they give for people who have migraines or something like this. I'm not really exactly sure, but it's a small dosage of like migraine medication or some type of addiction thing. I don't know. All I know is that it also makes you like when you drink soda pop, it doesn't make it fizzy. So if you have a soda pop addiction, this is great. I actually did have a soda pop addiction, and this kind of cured my soda pop addiction without me knowing. I was like drinking a soda like the second day I tried this, and I'm like, oh wow, it's so flat. And I went into like 7-Eleven. I'm like, I think you guys need to fix your CO2 machine. And they were like, no, it's working fine. And I'm like, weird. And then I researched and I saw that this medication makes everything kind of taste flat. So I still drink sodas every once in a while, but this definitely has reduced my soda pop consumption by a lot. But that medication, the Topramate, I take at night. This doesn't really have any side effects for me. So it doesn't really make me feel weird or anything like that, or make me sleep weird or feel any type of way. With the combo of these two medications, I continued to like go really, really hard at the gym. I've been going to these various boot camp classes like I was doing every day now. And then sometimes I've even been doing a second workout at night where I do like a heavy lifting. So I've been almost doubling up on some days. And I have been really, really strict with my diet. So the first month or so, I really, really sticked to calorie counting. And I got all my food from Costco, and I was like, okay, you're eating these chicken little pieces and this and this. And I was so strict for the first month or two. But something I will say is, when I'm at the gym, this medication makes me sweat like 4 times more. So I feel like I'm getting like an even crazier workout. Like I feel like I'm sweating so much more. So I don't know if that's good or if that's bad. I'm definitely like careful with my limits with working out. I'm like, okay, you need to take a break now. Like, don't push it, you know? But what was really, really inspiring, I will say, is that even within like the first 2 or 3 days, I started losing weight right away. I think within a week, I had already lost 3 to 4 pounds, which I know is a lot. And some would say, oh, that's like an unhealthy amount, which it probably is. But my doctor, I kept him up to date with everything. And he was like, I mean, you're working out really, really hard. You're calorie counting. You're on these medications. Like, if it's shedding off, it's shedding off. Like, be happy. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And like within the first month, I had already lost like 10 to 15 pounds. Second month, I had lost another 5 to 10 pounds. And now I'm 3 months-ish in, and I've lost about like 30 pounds. And I'm still losing a little bit. It's definitely not as fast, but now I'm definitely back to almost my regular lifestyle. I'm drinking alcohol. I'm going out to restaurants. I'm doing all of that. So my weight loss isn't as significant, I would say. But I'm still losing maybe a pound every week or two. So there is still some type of weight loss. I thought I was gonna be done with the medication after 3 months, but my doctor, I just had a checkup with him, and he was so impressed with the results. He was like, I haven't seen this good of results in a very, very long time. You should stay on these medications for another few months, maybe even a year. And I'm like, ooh, that's a long time. I don't know about that long. That seems like a bit much. But he was really impressed with everything and my hard work and going to the gym every day and eating healthy. So this is the story. This is the story. We're eating healthy, we're working out hard, and we're getting a little bit of help from Mr. Kaiser Permanente, the doctors. We're not using, Ozempic. We're using some type of medication, but it's something that I can stop. And there's no hate to anybody who's on Ozempic or whatever it is. My doctor just didn't want me to do anything like that. He thought that would be a little bit intense for me, and he didn't think I would need it, and he was right. So I guess this is also a reminder that there's other options out there. There's a big fad right now to do injections and Ozempic and all of this stuff, but there are other options out there. So consult with your doctors, your dietitians, whatever it is, because there might be a really effective medication out there that you just might not know about, because I had never heard of this stuff before. And honestly, this has been the smoothest, easiest, Like, this has been amazing. I have, do I have any cons? I mean, I did feel a little bit like crazy the first week or two on these medications. I'm not gonna lie. But bitch, when you see like weight just shedding off like that, it feels like, it just feels so good. And I feel so energized and I feel like a new person. And I know it's so cheesy to say that. And I don't want like to make weight loss like my whole personality, and it's not going to be. But a lot of people have been asking for this video, and a lot of people have been asking like, how have you been losing so much weight? What's your secret? What's your blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I need to do a full video to really break everything down, because I'm like, it's quite complex. And I want to give a little bit of background, and I want to share kind of the whole story, because it is, I mean, losing weight and weight loss and eating and food and everybody's stories, they are complex. So I was like, I need to give you more than like a 1-minute Instagram video on how this happened, I guess. But yes, I feel very happy. I don't think I have felt this confident in years, if not ever. Yeah, I just feel like very unstoppable. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel hot. I feel sexy. And I'm getting like guys' numbers, which I didn't really, I have, people are like, oh, they're like, you're famous online or whatever it is. You have followers. Like, you must have guys DM you all the time. And yeah, I do sometimes, but like, I don't know. I don't really like get people's phone numbers like in person, or have people like hit on me in person. And not saying you have to lose weight to do that or whatever it is, but like, I don't know. It's just, I've just been feeling really, really good lately. And yeah, I don't know. I feel really good. So I feel really, really good. I feel really, really good. Anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below. Let me know if you, what else you want to see. And thank you so much for watching. And I will smell you later. Oh, you're just such a cutie. I can take my shirt off on YouTube, right? Does YouTube allow me to take my shirt off? Should I? Oh, my mic. Full body review. After. I'm just a boy with a belly. I'm just a boy with a belly in this world. I'm just a boy with a belly. Love my belly, but I wanted to lose a little bit of my belly because I was feeling a little bit less confident, and I wanted to fit into my red shorts. And that's okay, because you can change as humans. If you don't like something about yourself, you can change that. And I just stood for the past 40 minutes, so I deserve a cookie. I deserve a cookie. The gluten-free Trader Joe's chocolate chip sea salt cookies, divine.